Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Okay, so we're part 2 about why men will marry more than one wife. What are the reasons? We talked about the theory of how it should be, poor women, weak women, orphans, widows, older women, and the Prophet did all that. All right. So, why do men usually marry in the first and foremost place? As I said, because of attraction, because they want another wife, because they have issues. It's usually of desire nature. And is there something wrong with that? No, there's nothing wrong with it, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Again, reality. Because the first wife might not be able to please them. This is the truth. And she might gain, I don't know, she might have issues of, she's on a period, she has children, might still love her. But because she cannot fulfill his emotional and physical needs. Again, guys, disclaimer, I'm talking about what actually happened.
Anyway, there's a lot that I could go in. There are books, there are hadith, there's so many things. Bottom line is, polygyny is part and parcel of Islam. It is what the Prophet ﷺ practiced. If people say, oh, it was the Prophet ﷺ, then the Sahabas practice. If the people say, oh, it was the Sahabas, then what did the Tabi'een and the Tabi'een? What Tabi'een after them and many societies and cultures after them have practiced it. Now we get to the 20th and 21st century with the social media, the movies, all that, one for one only, Romeo and Juliet, blah, blah, blah. The Muslim family has been attacked. And of course, women specifically have been told that this doesn't work anymore. Polygyny doesn't work. In my counseling, a lot of the times, the women who cause the problem. The guys, mashallah, good. As soon as she knows that he's getting married, she'll start abusing the other wife, abusing the mother of the guy, abusing the guy, for no reason. The guy's paying the money, he's doing everything properly, but she's like, I don't feel it. Emotionally, I cannot. Okay, but that's not an issue. Because it's not about emotions only. Those have to be checked, as the wives of the Prophet ﷺ used to check their emotions. Who were, 9 sometimes at the same time, being married to the Prophet ﷺ, being jealous, causing, some issues sometimes. Do you think you're better than the wives of the Prophet ﷺ? No, you're not. So sometimes the women that cause problems. Women also have to fear Allah. Oh, people say, you have to take permission, you have to do this. Are you sure? Do you know how the Prophet ﷺ did it? That's what I'm saying. Let's go back to that. If imams teach it, get on the mimbar, have some guts.
I'm giving disclaimers, even though some sisters, alhamdulillah, there's quite a lot of support. They're saying, stop giving these disclaimers. If people don't want to listen to what you're saying, they're not going to listen, right? And, my responsibility, some people are saying you're breaking down marriages, you're doing this, you're doing that. I'm just trying to educate the Muslims of some of the things that are happening in our communities. I'm not responsible for your marriage. I'm saying, call Allah, call Rasul, giving context, giving what happened at the time of the Sahaba, what they did, what the Prophet did. Main issue is that if both men and women submit to the will and law of Allah, stop misinterpreting and picking and choosing, and really fight themselves and their nafs to come to terms with things that they might not agree with, but they're basically confirmed, proven in Islam. Remember, guys, that's why it's called Islam. That's why it's called submission. It's not peace as people think. Remember, guys, that's why it's called Islam. That's why it's called submission. It's not peace as people think. It's called submission. There's a reason why the word has a meaning. Solution is submission, whether you like it or not. I do empathize with women. I know it's difficult. I know this is their jihad. We've been put in others as men, okay? But don't say it's not allowed. Don't say it cannot work. Don't say because you don't agree that no one else can do it. That's the funny thing, right? When these generalized type of arguments that are being pushed by some of the sisters, that no, I can, what kind of woman would ever share her husband? So you're saying basically all the women who are commenting and sending messages who are willing to give the opportunity to another sister who might be suffering and need a good man to have her husband marry her, that they're bad women? I don't think so. I really don't think so. A lot of first wives do have, they say it's, like right now I posted the sister, I said, I love my husband, but I will allow him. And even though it's going to be so difficult, it would really break me. I would make it difficult, but I know because I submit, I study Quran, I study Sunnah, I know this is it. If I really believe, then I'm going to push myself to reach that highest pedestal.
Hello Habibis. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to share the video with your friend and family. And if you're new, you know what to do. Subscribe!